Hey you, thanks for stopping by on my channel. This week I thought I'd do a chill, low-key studio vlog, I guess is what you call them. I'm doing a journal page. If you watched my last video, you know I went to a NASCAR race and had an adventure. I went to a strange Walmart, I bought some new paint markers, I got to see a NASCAR race, but I also got to go to a party with a beverage donkey. They had two of them. This one here seen in the picture is Dirty Harry, and I got to hang out with him. I got to scratch in between his ears and pet his nose and feed him a treat. And after the picture, they loaded up his little baskets with drinks. And I also got to take water from one of his baskets. So sweet, loved him so much. Low-key, if I ever win lottery, I'm going to throw a giant party and I'm gonna hire donkeys to help serve my guests refreshments. Coolest thing ever, flat out. So as you saw, that donkey was named Dirty Harry, and I love his name so much. If you don't already know, Dirty Harry is an action star, fictional from the 70s. Clint Eastwood played him. He was a cop, and he had a big gun, and he used one-liners, and he was quintessential action hero guy. But the fun part is, okay, so big guns, 100% Texas. But I have never met a donkey who wasn't a dirty boy or girl. They all love to roll around in their pastures and get all dusty and dirty. And so I thought it was the most perfect Texas donkey name ever. Okay, that being said, I guess I should talk some about the art. If you were paying attention, you saw a couple different sketches come up before the painting of this donkey started. So, what I did to get this picture was a new process for me, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So, I took a photo reference of this donkey, and then I drew a picture from it. And then I put away the photo reference, and I drew a second drawing of a donkey from that first picture. And then I put my first picture away, and I used my second picture as reference to draw a third picture. And then I took the third picture and used it as reference for the fourth picture, which is the picture that I'm illustrating now, or painting illustration of. I thought it was a really fun way to get the, overall vibe of my subject matter, but I wasn't able to pick out the things that I really thought were the most intriguing to highlight with my own style. And I find that if I stick too much to photo reference, that it gets too stiff and lifelike, and it isn't abstracted in the manner in which I like it. And so if you guys have that problem, you could try doing the different iterations of your drawings. So much fun. Highly recommend. Right. So one of the other things that I wanted to talk about was the fact that I did a process with the paints called the Mother Method. And the Mother Method is where you take a color and you mix it in with all of the other colors. And so the mother color that I mixed in with all the other colors is that brown that you see for Mr. Harry's largest portion color of his fur. I added that brown color to the pink. I added it to the green. I'm gonna add it to the tan color that I use for the wicker baskets. It's in everything. And what this method is supposed to do is it's supposed to give you a more harmonious color scheme. Let me know in the comments how you think it worked out for me. Okay, so I have to admit that I was super stoked to do this drawing, or painting, that I was doing it late at night and in my sort of in-between off hours. and I didn't do the best job in the recording. So my recording system has a quirk where you can easily take a picture instead of hitting the record button, which I did twice with both the times that I did the washi tape. You got to see a little bit of the washi tape on the painting, but you didn't see the whole laying down and going it off times two. I like to do stripes for patterning with washi tape, and I also love doing the gingham thing. I have tried doing it where it's 100 percent taped off, and I found that it was a little bit too stiff to marry nicely with my illustrations. So I go and I hand paint the second color, the dark squares, on all of the gingham illustrations that I do with gouache. With watercolor, it works out with you just have to do the two coats and you're fine. Um, because watercolor is translucent and builds whilst gouache is opaque and you don't layer it in the same way you do watercolors. And it's still a learning curve. If I stop doing it for a little while, I forget. And it takes a while for me to get back into the swing of things, just simply because I've done watercolors for so long. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was the washi tape. I want you to be super careful when you use washi tape on top of your paintings. There's this optical illusion color theory thing that happens when you put two colors next to each other, and that's inherently what you're doing when you put washi tape on top of your painting. So I like to use washi tape because it peels back, and it's the only thing I've ever found that doesn't like tear up paintings horrifically. That being said, I make sure that the colors are mixed before I start putting them onto the painting so that I don't get the weird optical illusion. Sometimes color will look lighter or darker or off somehow based off of that base tone that you have in your washi tape. So mix your color beforehand, put the washi tape on, trust the process. It's one of those that very rarely do I say just blindly trust the process. When you have the washi tape, don't adjust your colors. It's going to come off funky as soon as you take that washi tape off. And I think that was my rage or rant for the day. Look at how adorable this little donkey came out. I love his eyebrows. Let me know what you think in the comments. It makes my day anytime you leave me a note in my comment section. All right, friends, till next time, have the best week ever.